Yeah, I'm talking about the mudra. How to convert asana into mudra. First step is you need the dynamic movement. Then one you can come to the Ashtanga philosophy, static posture. After having static posture, then we do other different gestures for cobra pose, Vajrauli, Sahajrauli, Khechari, rolling tongue for Swadhisthana chakra, mid eyebrow gazing gesture for third eye. So your Swadhisthana and Agya are activated, stretched. Now we flow the prana through Swadhisthana, Manipur, Anahar, Vishwiti, Agya. These are the energy points. You meditate it. Now your mind is jumping from one to next place. It cannot fit in one place. It cannot fix in one place. Yeah. It needs the space, but your mind is quite good. Just it has one work to do, so it is working something else. So jumping from Swadhisthana to Manipur, Manipur to Anahar, that will be Shuddhi, Vishwiti, Agya. Again, jumping. Yeah. So 10 rounds it can jump up and down. And when it jump, it can have the good flow, nice road, soft, gentle road. Yeah. That road is so the friction of the oxygen or the friction of the prana ascending up is so descending down with So you are circulating. When your mind is now want to take rest, from pratyahara it goes to dharana regarding Ashtanga Yoga. Yeah, meditation are two types. One is pratyahara, introvert your mind, put your mind in certain area. Yeah, it is in your control, but it needs a space to move. So you have good friendship with the mind. You are not forcing the mind. You should stay here. It cannot. But mind is happy because it has space to move. Mind also wants to take rest. When it needs rest, so you can bring back to the Swadhisthana chakra. Then you can amplify it. You can use your microscope to see its expansion from how it is vibrating. It is Bija mantra. The seed mantra is there. The fluid is moving in certain frequency. That is Vam. And it has its own color, own text, one archetype, geometrical picture. So you will be repeating the Bija mantra. You are meditating on the yantra or archetype. Yeah. So activating the Swadhisthana. So pratyahara also you have done. Now you are doing dharana. Yeah. So this is what gesture. So of course, if there is no gesture, we cannot activate the Kundalini. We need the gesture. So asana, all the asanas, not all the asanas, but major asanas, we can convert in gesture. So, am I clear? Body gesture. And next one more gesture, which is very common and not common but popular in certain area. That is for the Vishuddhi chakra and Manipur chakra. Like if you do the shoulder standing, you know how to do shoulder stand, yeah? Legs up, hip up, so body becomes 90 degree shoulder stand. Once you have shoulder stand, then slowly you go down to your trunk 60 degree angle, legs is still 90 degree. Body is 90 degrees. Shoulder stand, if you come to 60 degree, it is inverted gestures. Legs is still 90 degree. But if you make your leg also 60 degree, from neck to the toes 60 degree, and you can feel the more effect on your navel. It is very complicated, so you can make your leg up, a little bit down, wherever you can fit, but awareness on the navel. The energy you have circulated up to the navel through other practices. Now this is solar energy. Of course, you are not on the Hatha Yoga level, you are on the Ashtanga Yoga. Means you can hold the posture 5, 10 breath, 20 breath without any discomfort. Yeah. And if holding that time, now your awareness is where? because of 60-degree angle, awareness is more highlighted on navel. It's more stretching area. You meditate there. Now this solar energy we bring up to the throat. Now we visualize two bright points here. When breath is in, prana moves up. When breath is out, prana moves down. For that, to make it more clear, like when you inhale, oxygen goes in lungs to the blood, whole body. Yeah? When breathe out, what happens? Carbon dioxide comes out. We are not talking that. We are talking reaction. Like you have two glands. One is full of water. If you pour the water in next glance, you can see this water is going to the next side, but reaction is what is happening? The level of water is increasing up on the next glass. So when you are inhaling, what is the reaction? The prana is moving up. Yeah. When you are exhaling, the reaction on the body is the prana is moving down. Am I clear? So two, meditation. So in a gross level, we meditate on the breath. First level is that. Second level is when breath is in, what happens? The prana level increases up on the nadi. When breath is out, prana level decreases down on the nadi. Now, when your breath is in, the prana moves from navel to throat. You are in the shoulder stand or inverted gesture. When breath is out, throat to navel. So it is one meditation technique, Soham meditation, second stage. So you have done it separately, now you incorporate in the asana. Rolling tongue, snoring sound, inhaling up, exhaling down. Once you have control on those things, Vishuddhi is a transmitter box. Name is Vishuddha. Purity. It purifies. Then only the energy can be used for the mind. Otherwise, if the 100,000 voltage current comes up, it becomes lunatic, psychotic. Yeah. So it is a purifier. So there's metaphoric story is there. Shiva, he was given the poison, or there was poison after chewing the meal, drilling the earth. One side is God, one side is devil force. Yeah, this story, have you heard this story? It is in the Bangkok airport also, they make it very big. Yeah, these things. So when they were drilling down, they were expecting the nectar, but poison came. Ida and Pingala drilling the earth, yeah, doing the Kundalini sadhana. And what came? Poison came. Problem came. Deep-rooted problem that we have on subconscious mind, unconscious mind. We never have to experience those things. We have suppressed it for a long time. So when this problem comes, then where to go? We have to go to the Guru. We have to go to the Agyan Chakra. Yeah. And they requested Shiva, please save us, otherwise whole humanity or creatures will die. So Shiva says, okay, I'll solve that problem. We drink that poison and put it in throat. Yeah. So we can relate to the external world, but it is more in the internal world also at the same time. It is Tantric, mysterious. Yeah. So he put it here, so his name is Blue Throat God, Nilakanta. So he did not die, he purified. But still he has pain, so he went to the Gosai Kunda, 2 hours, 4 hours drive from Kathmandu, and take a bath there. So there's different states out there. So this means it is purifier. Whatever you swallow from the 5 senses, it is a purifier. Once it is purified, if you go take it in, that is healthy. It should be healthy. And then energy comes up. So when you inhale, the prana moves navel to the throat. You purify here because of Vishuddhi. You purify. Now purified current, it goes in the form of light. So feel the snake up to your throat. When it goes up, just the moon. On head, Ganga. Yeah. Peace, light, moonlight. Here, sunlight. So now here is so peaceful, but still body is lot of current circulating. So that energy is where that energy is coming from? Manipur chakra. It will be more relevant only when the energy is on the Manipur chakra. Yeah. So it has to come up from the Muladhara Swadhisthana, it has to come up to the Manipuri chakra, yeah, through other techniques. Then grab that practice and circulate it up. It is next gesture. Yeah. So I think I'm clear. Your question? For Kundalini, we need the mudra. So the Tantra concept is, now we are clear, there's evolution. First, if people needs the physical health, we cannot talk about this technique now. We need to say, move your neck rotation, dynamic movement with shoulder stand up and down, different variations, different things. Make your neck comfortable, cobra pose, lower back, abdomen, everything's made comfortable, dynamic movement. Then second stage, go to the Ashtanga yoga. Try to hold the posture without any discomfort. Now once you have the capacity, then with the guru guidelines, we do the internal practices. Then we go to the mantra part, repeating the mantra. Then Kundalini practice, Kriya yoga. But if you just do the Kriya yoga, this technique at the first time, they have not done Hatha yoga, they have not done Ashtanga yoga, they don't know what Soham meditation on the throat, they don't know mudra, no gesture, yeah, mudra, bandhas, mantras, no idea at all. If you give every technique at once, it looks like you give a key of the car and ask to drive it and go to your destiny. Yeah. It's very difficult. Probably we will get the accident. If we can learn how to move the car, we will get accident because we don't know the traffic rules. But if you know everything else, piece by piece, yeah, your journey will be so simple, effective, quick. Yeah. So this is why it is a little bit complicated. This spiritual journey is a bit complicated. Yeah.
Is it okay to practice this combination of asana and mudra regularly, or do you risk raising Kundalini by doing this before you're ready?
Of course, this should be done regularly. This is why we need to experience a guide. If we have a guide, because we are climbing to the Mount Everest, we don't know what is there, the altitude, what is the effect of altitude. We can imagine only, but we don't know how that is. Yeah, we say, okay, I can handle it, but we don't know we can handle it or not. So if you have the good guide, it will be easier. So two aspects. One is generating the energy. One is reaction, and can you handle that reaction or not. If reaction is very strong, that body mind is resisting, we need to stop this generating the energy. We need to focus strengthening the body mind, yeah, purifying the nadis. And we need to go both parallelly. You need to increase the energy. Before that, Hatha Yoga Ashtanga teaches you to clean your body and mind, to purify it. And third level, generate the energy. But don't generate energy so high so that your body and mind will feel discomfort. When you have that level, you need to reduce your energy part. Increase the Hatha Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga. Clean your body and mind. Energy is already activated. No need to hammer it. Once your body and mind is clean, prana circulates by itself. Yeah. This is why all the great masters, the more they go to globally, they talk less effect, they talk less Kundalini, because they talk all the time to preparation. They give more emphasis for preparation. If there's good preparation, Kundalini works by itself. But if you are lucky, if you have good personal guru who can guide from very close, then we can activate energy and see what this reaction is.
Is it okay to ask you a question about specific sexual positions with regard to Kundalini?
Yeah.
I understand that in Tantric sex, the female plays a more active role normally,
Yeah.
which means the man may be in a resting or on his back type position more often. In the sort of conventional, what we call in the West, missionary position, where the man may be on top, is it difficult to effectively do the Ashwini Mudra because the man's buttocks are sort of slightly spread, and that therefore makes the contraction more difficult and the cessation of ejaculation less reliable or even intermittent? I've just noticed something about the physics of that, or in Tantric sex you shouldn't bother with the missionary position at all.
That yoga is fifth yoga. Panchanga yoga, 5 yoga system are there. Hatha yoga, if you know the hatha yoga nicely, cleansing, asana, pranayama, mudra, bandha, your body toxins is out. Then only you can jump to the Ashtanga yoga, still body, pranayama, but more specifically awareness is highlighted more there for the mental health. Then you can go to the meditation of practice pratyahara, different types of pratyahara, 5 senses, how to introvert it, pratyahara, and you can put your mind in one particular area point. Yeah. So once you have this yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana techniques, now you mix with hatha yoga and ashtanga yoga, you blend it. Then only you can incorporate, once you are ready to adjust other practices, that you can repeat the mantra. Different types of mantra signs are there, how to chant mantra, what is its effect. So we go to the mantra signs. Once you have the mantra part, then only you can think about the Kundalini yoga, hatha, ashtanga mantra practices. You can focus on the Muladhara, you can focus on Swadhisthana, you can focus on Agya chakra, so it can vibrate that area, circulate the prana there. And then you can initiate in the Kriya yoga. Kriya yoga means, now in Kundalini we practice individually one chakra through one different techniques, but in Kriya yoga, as I mentioned, cobra pose and shoulder stand pose. Yeah, these two practices, that is part of Kriya yoga. In breathing also same thing. You can have long deep breath in Hatha yoga, Ashtanga yoga, but in the Kriya yoga, same deep breath, but awareness will be highlighted on the Sushumna Nadi. Hatha, Ashtanga mantra, Kundalini, Kriya yoga. Once you have those backgrounds, you know Shiva and Shakti within you, male and female. In Hatha yoga, we know the body. That's all we know. In Ashtanga yoga, we can understand the mind. I have mind is moving, thinking too much. In mantra yoga, we are aware of the waves frequency, different waves in the different body. Fourth yoga will say, I am the son of the Father. I and that, Shiva and Shakti, Radha and Krishna, yin and male, female, plus minus 2 things we can accept it. Energy is North Pole, consciousness is energy is South Pole, consciousness is North Pole, Himalayas and Tarai Belt. Warm place, cool place. Yeah, 2 polarities. And you have the spark of 2 cable, plus and minus cable. If you give a spark, you join together, it gives a spark. Yeah. And you want to make that spark for a long time. In Kundalini yoga, what do we see? 2 wire, plus and minus, male and female. Psychology are saying the same thing. Yeah. Inside a personality, there is male psychology and female psychology. This is why we are attracted to the opposite sex, to find out internal sex. Yeah. So that is a good things, that it supports us. Outside opposite sex trigger our internal opposite sex. So we are using that opportunity from outside person to connect inside. So Kundalini yoga means I have female, I have male, energy and consciousness. Once you have good practice of all those things, then only we can think about the fifth yoga, that is, how can I make balance, bring together the feminine and masculine quality within me. Tantra talks in different level. One level is Montessori level, like you hold a flower and you offer a flower. For general, just we offer the flower, just that's all. But you will have the question, why I am offering flower? What is the relation? Why? If you have the question, then it has the mantra. Mantra says, Om Ham Bijam Akash Tattvatmakam Pushpam Samarpayami Swaha. Om Hum. Do you know the Hum mantra? Hum is from Vishuddhi. Akash, the space. Component is space. And I'm holding the flower. Why flower I'm holding? Because flower has seed. Every flower has seed. When it matures. Seed means your desire. Desire comes where there is space. No space, no desire. We have the space, so okay, we want to sit, have the furniture, go and sit there. If there is no space, no desire. So flower is representing the desire. Desire comes from the space, and that is hum vibration. If hum vibration is nicely vibrating, less desires. It is not good, a lot of desires. So I'm offering the flower to be less desire. So that is the first stage of Tantra. So in fact, you are not giving the flower to the god. In fact, you are offering your desires to the god, which you like the most. Like candle, if you show the candle to the god, looks like a funny. God is itself a light. To show the light to the sun, what is the point? God doesn't need the light from us. He is itself illuminated. What we are doing, we are connecting our fire within us, holding a light, and we say, Om Ram Bijam Agni Tattvatmakam Deepam Samarpayami Swaha. Om Ram is never. Light. And I can see only if there is light only I can see it. No light, no vision. And whatever I see, may I not be distracted. I want to offer my attachment on the sides. I want to offer my desires. So that way I'm offering, introverting my mind through the object. First stage of Tantra. Now you are talking about the fifth yoga. Fifth yoga also first stage is you may need a person, opposite sex partner, so that you can see visually this is my opposite sex outside, like holding flower. But flower is where it is inside you on this space. We are just using object to come in Montessori school system. So first stage is we just meditate each other, and activating that energy, circulating that energy, and ultimately finding the true body like one. Now there is no male, there is no female, it is one. That stage we come slowly and slowly. From Hatha Yoga to the Ashtanga Yoga, the difference is Hatha Yoga you move, Ashtanga Yoga you go still. You are not distracted. Similarly, in your relation, you should have control, you should have mastered some qualities, so you can be not affected. Rather, you come in first stage of practice. Second stage of practice is, now you may not need to hold a candle to connect with your fire within you when you grow up. Yeah. In Montessori school, sometimes we hold a pen and this is pen, this is book. But when you go to the grade 1, 2, now we don't hold the pen anymore because we can communicate only pen without having the physical object. Similarly, on the fifth yoga, in one point you may need your opposite partner, but in fact, after you grow up, you don't need that. You have the insight within you. Once you bring your both hemisphere of the brain closer, right and left hemisphere, Ida and Pingala, when it comes closer, it becomes one. That is Sushumna Nadi. Yeah, it is multiplies by 100 or 1000% better than external relation. So Buddha was asked, "What's about the sex?" He says, "I'm 24 hours in sex." Than normal, than 1000% more powerful than normal sex. So it means that's our goal. Fifth stage is that. So to achieve that goal, of course, there are so many stages are there. So if there's no Hatha Yoga, it is impossible. If there's no 4 yogas, it's better not to talk about that yoga. We are not ready. Yeah. We understand we are the body, we understand we are emotion. So it is more sacred among all sacreds. Yeah. We are eating food and saying, "Oh, I hate this food. I don't like it. I love this food." And we put the food on the mouth and we talk. This is our level. So we need to convert the food as part of your meditation. Yeah. Gita says, if you don't offer the food to me, you are eating sin. Yeah, his language. But universal language is, if you don't offer to the universal truth, because Krishna means universal consciousness. He has proved it before, yeah? So he proved I am the universal consciousness. Or any images, any god, goddesses you met it, you will find me, because A is equal to B is equal to C. So A is equal to C. Yeah. Whole image god, goddesses is equal to universal consciousness. I also equals to universal consciousness. So he proved it, and so he says, offer to me, meditate to me. Yeah. In our language or the other language, if you see, if you say, I love this food, what you are doing? You want to eat again. You are downloading your incarnation, that desire of eating the same food. Yeah. Or if you say, I hate this food, negative, other, you don't want to see it, repulsion. It is sanskara. Already we have a lot of sanskaras, impressions within us that we need to fulfill it. We need to go through it. The file is piling up and up and up. And that is the time to stop the flow of the file. Yeah, downloading the file. So if you maintain awareness, you stop the flow of files that you are downloading here. Am I clear? Number 1. Number 2, you now aware it, and if you fully presence on that, what happens? The desire of having good food, you can satisfy it. Till your body you have, we need the food. But about the mind, we are talking about the mind. Mind is the cause of suffering. So the desire of having food on the mind mental level, if you are aware it, you can satisfy that desires. Number 1, you stop the flow of new files. Second, which have pile files, you are deleting it. You are removing it from your subconscious, unconscious level. Yeah. So he gave so many long, good, nice process. So introvert your mind, chant the mantra Om, Pranaya Swa, Apanaya Swa, activate the 5 energy system on your body. That energy, give it to the food. Visualize the food is healthy. Healthy food, offer it to your deity, say thank you, and eat that food. Make that food a ritual. Ritual means the fire is within you. Food is the grain, and that grain is going to go to the fire, and when you put on the fire, it releases the prana, and that prana is utilizing for your physical health, mental health, to run the body. So you fire ritual, yeah, this all I am doing to run this body. I have no attachment. I need to do this ritual in order to run my body. So Brahmarpanam, Brahmavi, Brahmagno, Brahma. Now I am not eating, I am doing one ritual to run my body. Yeah. I'm fully aware, I'm enjoying it, yeah, being aware it, so I'm not loading the things. So that way what happens? Your food process becomes a meditation. Meditation is not just to sit down and close the eyes. Yeah, meditation means to be present all the time and to go to deeper understanding. So if we know those basic how to eat, how to relate the same thing with the physical work, yeah. So all basic background, Hatha Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, Karma Yoga, all different things. If you have the background up to Kundalini Yoga, then we can use this knowledge. Now by that time you think that sex is not only the reproductive system, sex is not only the sensual pleasure, sex is also way of transforming the lower energy to the higher energy. Yeah, intention. Yeah, so that intention is pure divine. So you are coming together as a meditational aspect. Yeah. So we need to go through long process to reach that point. Otherwise, that practice is not so healthy also. Yeah. I mentioned before also this, like water is flowing, you are generating the hydro power, yeah, and you are giving into the electrical bulb. That is separate science. But you mentioned the same thing, that in some tradition they say we should not release the energy, sexual fluid. It means if body has generated some juice, glands, juice, different things, it has to come out from the body, either from adrenal gland juice or any juice from the body. What secretes from the body, once it is secreted like a mucus, it has to come out. If you hold it, yeah, it doesn't makes you healthy. But what we are trying is, we are not talking about the physical things. We are not talking about the water. We are taking the hydropower from the water. That power can come from the air also. Yeah, from the earth gravity also. From sunlight also. We can generate that power from everywhere. More highlighted energy, dense energy is sex power. So it doesn't mean that a sexual fluid, it is the energy that it comes from that area. So for that, yeah, we need to master the yogic practices. Am I clear?
Mm-hmm.
So it is, even Shiva says, Parvati asked one time, Shiva, I have one question. You become immortal, I am mortal. I need to take birth, life and death, and you are immortal. Because he was using the skulls of Parvati. One day she came to know there is some secret behind these skulls. So she asks, what is the secret behind it? She says, it is your head. Different life. And she was so shocked. Oh, you are one, but I am changing my body. So how can I become like you? Jiva, how can they go to the Shiva? Yeah. How can we have the control on birth, life and death? It is not in our control. Yeah. And he says, it is sacred, so I want to say only where there is no one. So they were on the bank of Bagmati river. So Parvati was asked to remove all the animals from the air, flying, land, and from the water. She removed all of them. Says now it is totally, yeah, isolated circulation. So now you can open your mouth. It's okay. It will be long discourse, so I'll close my eyes and I'll give you the lecture, explain it, but you have to say yes, yes, yes in between. Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know you are sleeping or you are with me or not. She says okay. I'll say yes in between. So Shiva opened the mouth, mantra yoga, the science of mantra. Yeah. Then he continued Laya yoga. Laya means the same Kundalini, Kriya yoga, same family, same level. Mantra yoga, Laya yoga. Then he continued Hatha yoga. When Hatha yoga he continued, Parvati was sleeping that time. Yeah. She stops saying yes, yes, She stopped saying it. She said hunkar, And Shiva was hearing that sound, When Hatha yoga he continued, and further he continued Raj yoga. 4 yoga he opened the mouth. Mantra, Laya, Hatha, Raja. Again, Mantra yoga, Laya yoga, Hatha yoga, Raj yoga. So when he opened the mouth, when he opened the eyes, Parvati was sleeping. Yeah. It's all right, you are sleeping, but who is that making sound? I was confused. I thought you are that. So who is that? So he just opened the eyes and he saw, the fish, and the snake was hatched. So he thought now, mantra and laya was heard only by Parvati. It was sacred now. Now 2 yogas has gone out. Yeah. So now he decided they are my now son. Yeah. He has Kumar and Ganesha. Now 3rd and 4th 2 sons he has now. So he converted them into the Matsyendranath. From fish he converted into the Lord, fish of Lord. So Matsya Indra Matsyendranath. He gave the name, you will be Matsyendranath and you will teach what you have heard, Hatha Yoga. Matsyendranath taught Hatha Yoga. And he gave this knowledge to Gorakhnath. And Gorakhnath wrote a book, he make it far and wide. So this way first Hatha Yoga was introduced. Yeah. After Hatha Yoga, that next Raj Yoga was heard by snake. Yeah. So Shiva says, snake, go and be the bed for the Vishnu, Ananta. While Vishnu is sleeping, that is Sesnag. So he just says, okay, be the servant or help the Vishnu, give him comfort. And whenever time comes, you will come back in the form of which god? Patanjali Rishi. So Patanjali Rishi is the incarnation of Ananta, snake. Yeah. So first Hatha Yoga, after many years, then Raj Yoga came by Patanjali Rishi. 2 yogas are still sacred, Mantra Yoga and Laya Yoga. But it has come out from his mouth and in the universe. Yeah. So now the different yogis, they meditated, they received that information. So classically it says mantra, hatha, mantra, laya, hatha, raja. It is the sacred among all sacreds. Yeah. Now in practical way it come in different way now, because first Hatha Yoga, and it's genuine also. First we need a Hatha Yoga to clean the body. Then we need a Raj Yoga to clean the mind. Then only we can feel the mantra yoga. Then only we can think about 2 yogas, Shiva and Shakti, Kundalini yoga. Yeah. Kula, Kundalini, Shakti. Even Shiva is sacred among all sacreds. Now this 5th yoga, even he has not, it isn't presented in the books. So it is sacred among all sacreds and sacreds. Yeah. So I think it should be sacred. It will be sacred only, it comes only when there is initiation, yeah, on the same tradition. Otherwise, of course, Buddha was teaching. Our Guru Swami Satyananda, he used to say, if there is no sexual relation, people will not have the ultimate realization. Even Swami Adi Guru Shankaracharya, he was sannyasi from the childhood. He came to Pashupanath temple from South India all the way to North India and Kathmandu, because everybody comes to Pashupanath temple, last destination for them. On the way, Amandan Mishra in Kathmandu, there were the Shastrartha was happening, discourse was happening between Shankaracharya and Tantrika people from Kathmandu, Nepal. And man was defeated. Man says, yes, I accept you as my guru. He was a top guru in that area. But the wife has one question. He says, yeah, I have one question. Once you answer it, I'll accept you, my guru. So she asks the practical experience part of the sex. Yeah. So now the big problem came for Shankaracharya. He has no sexual experience. So he says, okay, give me 3 months. They used to take down 3 months. So after 3 months, if he can answer the question, he will be continuing the Shankaracharya. If not, that power will go to that lady. She will be the guru. Then he went back his ashram, South India, and he became so depressed. Yeah. After a few days, he came to know that a king he died in an accident. So he did one technique that he left his body in his cottage and asked his disciple to lock the door from outside and give nice security. Don't touch, don't move my body. And he left the body and he went into that king's body. It's called Parakaya Pravesh. He entered into someone. Then everyone thought king is alive. That was not the king, that was Shankaracharya. Yeah, he came to the body, he went to his body and have the sexual relation. Then he mentioned, yeah, I'm here because for this cause, so I need to leave the body. He left the body, and came his body, and came to Mandan Mishra's wife, answered her. Yeah, then he became Shankaracharya Guru. Yeah. What I'm saying, this story is all masters, even our Guruji highly recommend those things. He says many times that if there is no energy, is Kundalini sex energy, so that should be transferred. This body came from the sexual relation, so we need to transfer that energy. So one of the best ways, sex as a meditation, that's for sure. But to have that stage, animals are also having sex, all human beings are having sex, but it is sacred among all sacreds. For that you should have Hatha, Ashtanga, Mantra, Kundalini, all good backgrounds. Then only we can jump on that practice. Yeah. Am I clear?
So, any specific comment on whether the female should be the more active partner during what could be called tantric sex?
Not only tantric sex, just in Tantra, ladies are more highlighted. Tantra sex is one small part. That's the more subtle part, deeper part. But Tantra is bigger part. Tantra believes on energy. If there is no energy, there is no Shiva. No Shakti, no Shiva. Shiva is because of Shakti. If you remove the Shakti from the Shiva, what becomes that Shiva? Shiva becomes Sava. That becomes Savasana, dead body. Yeah. So Tan is expansion, Tra is freedom. We all are suffering on physical level, mental level, emotional level, spiritual level. There's some blockage is there, obstacle is there. And we are trying to remove that obstacle through what? through Shakti, through feminine power within us. That is Kundalini power, Prana Shakti. So sometimes, if you have the power, people misuse that power also, yeah? Like knife is one power, it can cut. Good, highly skilled, good-hearted person can do the operation of that knife, save someone's life, yeah? Medium standard person can chop the vegetable and cook, nourish the family. Yeah? Bad intention, bad person use the knife to kill someone else. Knife is knife. Yeah. And news comes with that murder and complains that knife is very bad, we need to ban it. Yeah. It's not the mistake of the knife, it is a mistake of person who is handling that knife. So Tantra says, before we hand over that knife, we need to train them very well. So we train in the house, mother says, don't touch the knife for the children. Yeah. When she trained her how to handle it nicely, so she will teach her how to chop the vegetables. So Tantra is like that. So we should not relate Tantra means only sex. Tantra means a general practice to activate the power. Now we are scaring whole world with the nuclear power. Yeah. If it goes to the wrong hand person, it can destroy the whole world, it says. Yeah. But if we can use it in the right way, it can give light for the whole world also. There will not be any problem with electricity or any power for us, power supply. So we have the power, but who is handling that power? That's the thing. So Tantra means energy, get the energy. So it is kept in mysterious, not clear, because we know, Tantric knows that if we give the power, they will misuse it. So better not to give that power, seal it, like internet password. We have access, they are using it. We have no access. Without master, we cannot get that internet. We cannot have access. So that is in Tantra. And people are just assuming from outside it must look like this. Because Tantra is written in metaphor. They need to say those things, but they did not say clearly. They use the other metaphoric things. Yeah. And always it is expressed in metaphoric, in romantic language, sexual language, so that people understand there is romantic, more flow will be there. Yeah. But it means not only the sex as a sex, it is something higher connection of a feminine and masculine power within us. Yeah, I think I'm clear. Tantra means just activate the energy. So before energy, Hatha Yoga and Ashtanga Yoga, it is generally prescribed for everybody for physical, mental health. And beyond that when it goes to the mantra side, now we need the guru, we need the password. This is why Tantra conceived Radha, Krishna, Sita, Ram, Gauri, Shankar, ladies first. And in Nepal is land of Tantra, it says, so we worship the girls, ladies. Just father go and bow down the daughter's feet. Yeah, daughter, girls are considered as the divine mother energy. And Buddha also got enlightenment through the teaching of one small girl. Yeah. He was meditating and the girl was singing a song saying that don't pull the rope so badly so that you will break it. There is elasticity, just pull up to its capacity. If you pull it more, it will break. If it breaks, it does not work. That metaphoric things he understood. If I break my body, how can I realize the God? So I need to eat. I need to care my body. Body is the tool for the higher consciousness. So he was ignoring body, he was killing body, he was saying, no, I don't eat, I don't move if I don't get enlightenment. God was saying, no, respect your body. If there's no body, you cannot. You don't have a hardware, machine, computer. How can you send email? Yeah. Similarly, other great master Shankaracharya also got knowledge from the gods in Kathmandu, Nepal. He used to talk about the Purusha. Yeah. Vani Purusha. He was going to the Vajrayogini temple in Kathmandu. It's on the mountain. The god was playing there, and Shankaracharya from South India, it was difficult for him to walk uphill. He says, Ma, I'm thirsty. Can you give me water? And God says, if you are thirsty, you have to come to me. I don't go to you. See, he says, I have no energy. And God says, how can you go to the temple if you have no energy? Simple, yeah, very simple. But he understood in different way, because that was the voice coming from the higher consciousness to teach him, if there is no fuel, how can you go through the car? Car does not work. So fuel it is not sin, but it is very important. Immediately he wrote a poem, Saundarya Lahari, a flow of beauty. Talks about internal beauty, feminine power, external beauty, which is Kundalini yoga. From that point, he realized, yes, we need Shakti. Because he was from the city of light. That is, we say New York is the city of light. Yeah, there's 24 hours light. So people may think, oh, it is there, it is like this, yeah, all the time. But we need to supply the current through that cable. So Shankaracharya, from his birth, he has full light. So he used to see only the light. He used to talk only the light. But that light came because of the current. He had not experienced that thing. So he came to know when he was in Nepal with his mom. So many masters was initiated into Tantra field, on the Shakti field by ladies. Yeah. So we respect ladies very highly. We bow down and we make the 9 girls before monthly period. First Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipur, Anahat, or Prathama Saila Putri Brahmacharini. So like this, 9 days Navaratri sadhana. We feed them, we dress up them, yeah, make them happy. Then once they are happy, we receive that current through the forehead. Yeah. So that way, that is the way of doing the sadhana. One way. Other way, you can go within your Muladhara chakra and meditate it. If you have no access to go Muladhara chakra, seize Muladhara chakra. First energy source. Make her happy. You will be blessed by her. So Tantra means ladies. Ladies, if there is no lady, no Shakti, there is no Tantra. So that is understood, like if there is no sex partner ladies, we cannot do the sex meditation. Yeah, if she is not involved actively, we cannot do the sex meditation. Yeah, we can understand that way also. But understanding is deeper than that. Much deeper.
So on YouTube, currently there are some videos about neo-tantra, tantric sex, and they involve gay couples, like 2 men or 2 women. Is this possible?
I have no idea about that. I mentioned before, outside is one level, but finally we come inside. Whatever can activate your opposite sex, that's fine. But that energy should be activated and we need to circulate it. And find that union of masculine and feminine energy within us. That's our last goal. If you not, then that will be a simple how to enjoy it. Sensual pleasure part. Yeah. Sensual pleasure is more highlighted, but in Tantra not only sensual pleasure, it is finding that feminine and masculine quality within us. With partner or without partner, same. Yeah. Sometimes without partner is more effective also, if you are qualified. Okay, I think I want to do this much today. I think I'm clear. Okay.
Hare